I just always grew up with these voices in my head telling me that I was never good enough. Never skinny enough, never pretty enough, never smart enough, just never enough. And then I realized everyone's perfect, and imperfection is beautiful.
She's 10 years old, got big dreams, but it's so hard to focus with the screams, haunted by the darkest clouds. She tries to outrun them, but keeps falling down. I'll never be perfect, so why are you trying? Tear me down, I'll never be right. You're keeping me trapped here all alone. You never told me I am beautiful. Don't you know how that cuts a girl inside? It cuts a girl deep inside. She's 16, she's struggling, trying to find her voice inside all the noise. Those dark clouds keep dragging her down. I'll never be perfect, so why are you trying? Tear me down, I'll never be right. You're keeping me trapped here all alone. You never told me I am beautiful. Don't you know how that cuts a girl inside? It cuts a girl deep inside. I'll never make you happy, I know now. To try and please you, gonna fly with my own wings. Imperfection is beautiful, and I know that I am. So why are you telling me? Don't have to be perfect, so why are you trying? Tear me down, who cares if I'm wrong? No one's keeping me trapped here anymore. Don't need you to tell me I am beautiful. Don't you know? Can't hurt this girl anymore. Can't hurt this girl anymore.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to It Matters Radio. This is our very special musical guest interview. And if you've been here before, you know we have these every single solitary Sunday, and we bring you the best indie artists that we can find. I tell you, the artists that we have on, they have to have something special about them before we bring them to you. And I know that Carrie has brought someone for us today. And Carrie, could you please introduce this lovely lady to us?
I am very delighted to introduce this beautiful young lady, talented singer. She is described as a powerful, honest person with honest lyrics, dynamic melodies that express a range of emotions that everyone can relate to. And she is, quote unquote, a force to be reckoned with. Everybody, welcome Bree Taylor from Canada, singer-songwriter.
Hi,
Welcome
Bree.
Welcome to the show.
Hi.
It's so nice to
Thank
have
you so
you
much.
on. I've
Thank
been
you.
looking forward to it.
We really have.
Oh, thank you.
Bree, I want to start out with when you were very young. You were a baby.
Okay.
You were being born. What was the unique thing about that was there was music playing. Did you connect all the way back then from your birth to that wonderful being in music?
I feel like it. I know that my parents are both huge music fans, and my dad made a mixtape for my mom when she was pregnant with me. And it was like a delivery mixtape, and they were playing that. There was a variety of different artists that my dad loved on there. And I feel like it was just kind of like a meant to be thing. I just feel like music was a part of my soul from the day I was born. And I've always felt a connection to it. And it's been like my safe haven growing up. And it's always been there for me. And I've always been a writer. I'm a very emotional person. And I like to pour all my emotions into songwriting. And I just find that it's the best therapy for me. And I hope that through my music, people are also able to connect with whatever I'm going through, and that translates it through the song. So that's kind of my goal with creating music. But I definitely feel like it's something that has been a part of my life since birth. I just feel like it's like my destiny. Like I feel like it's something I was meant to do.
Did you sing
So
at a
you-
young age?
I did, although I was very, very shy when I was really little. I went through a lot of bullying all through school, and I was very like introverted and really shy. And I used to not even think that I had any kind of talent until I was actually at one of my aunt's cottages, and one of my aunts heard me singing with the closed doors in one of the rooms, and she said to my mom, she's like, she's really good, you should put her in vocal lessons. And she was the first person that I think really saw true talent in me and believed in me. And I remember overhearing her say that, and from that moment on, I kind of like, I feel like it kind of planted the seed in my mind of, maybe I should actually pursue this as a career. And I never thought about putting it together and actually becoming an actual artist and producing my own music and being where I'm at now. This is honestly like a dream come true to even be where I'm at. But that kind of started the journey. And then eventually, a couple years afterwards, I did take vocal lessons and kind of pursued music. I had taken some piano when I was younger and this and that. But through the whole journey, I just feel like that was kind of like a pivotal moment for me when I was younger.
It gave you confidence. Somebody believed in you.
Yeah, and it also let me, for someone who goes through a lot and is really insecure and self-conscious, it means a lot to know that someone sees that spark and that talent in you. And I mean, it was even further than that, because I remember when I was in elementary school, one of the choir teachers heard me singing in the schoolyard, and she actually said, you should come audition for choir. And I never thought about it, and then I was like, I do enjoy it, so I did. And then I started getting solos, and I joined additional choirs in high school, and it was just, music just became a part of me throughout my whole journey, with relating to other artists that I listened to every day that were there for me going through all of my tough moments. And then through being able to do it myself and be a part of music, it's just like always surrounded me. So it's just I feel like music's something that just brings people together, and
Yeah.
it's a big thing. There's so much to music.
So when did you start writing music, or were you writing like way back when you were younger?
I was writing when I was really young, honestly. Like I would write stories. I was always really creative, and we have like stories from when I was little of me trying to always have all my cousins. I have a big family, so I have a lot of cousins, and so I always like organize or be like, oh, we're gonna do a play, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna write something, and we're gonna perform it. So I was always doing that kind of stuff when I was younger, and then writing though personal stuff was very intimate with myself. It was something that I never really thought about sharing with other people, and it's like you're bearing your soul to the world, and it was something I was very nervous to kind of take that step, but I feel like it's helped me kind of work through what I'm going through, being able to share it. And I don't really know when the moment is. I just always was writing as a kid, and I used to write poems and stories from a really young age. And then when I really started, I tried to start a girl band back in the day when it was still cool. And nobody was ever as dedicated as me. I was always like, oh my gosh, I want to do a girl band. I want to be in a band. I want to pursue this. But everybody was just like, it was just fun for them. But I was like serious about it. I had my book of songs. And I'm like, oh my God, my first song that I ever wrote, I can remember it. It was like Call 911. It was about a boy stealing your heart. It was so bad.
Wonderful. Oh, that's very cute.
It was
I
fun.
like it.
It was funny.
That's kind of funny.
When you say that people were bullying you and such, I always found that the people that others bullied were the most talented and most interesting of all.
I agree.
Oh, well,
And-
hopefully that's true. I mean,
Well,
I
I
can't.
think that they're actually jealous of these people, to tell you the truth,
Yes.
and that's the only thing that they can do is try to make them
Yeah.
look bad.
Yeah. Well, I did have a couple girls years later that came to me and said, I'm sorry, I was jealous of you. I've had a couple moments like
See
that.
that?
I can't say for everybody because I haven't had that closure with every person that's bullied me. But I mean, I don't like to assume that that's what it is. I just feel like it's clearly something wrong within that person, and it's something that they're going through, and it has nothing to do with you as a person, which I've learned, fortunately, as I've gotten older. But my younger self obviously didn't realize that. I had no idea
That was
what
devastating then. Yeah, it was terrible.
It's very devastating. I also went through bullying in school all the way up to junior high school, so I know of what you speak. And the thing that I did have a lady call me many years later and say, Carrie, I'm so sorry. I was one of the people that bullied you, and I just wanted to apologize. And her thing was, it was a group mentality. To be popular, you all bullied this one person, see, and it made points or whatever. I don't know how the system was back then. But anyway, so that was pretty enlightening and maybe empowering for me, is to have somebody come up to me and say,
well, that shows they had some character to, reach out after that long. So that's great.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
that's all.
so Bree, you came out with the EP in 2016, and your first single was Broken Dreams. Tell me about that song, because it's a great song.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Well, the EP is not finished. I started recording it in
Oh, okay.
2016. So it's going to hopefully be coming out this next spring in 2018 is the plan right now. But I started recording it, and we've got about 5 songs done now. But Broken Dreams was my first single that I decided to release because I wanted to just start getting some of my original music out there. For people who followed me for a long time, they'd seen my old guitar songs on my YouTube channel way, way, way back. But Broken Dreams was obviously a song that was based off of a heartbreak and a really bad breakup that I went through. It became much more than just that one story, though. It was really about the feeling of once you start to get to know someone and you start developing feelings for them, and the rug's pretty much just ripped out from under your feet, and you're just dumbfounded. Like, what happened? We had all these good times and good memories, but I didn't think there was anything bad there. Why did you just bail and disappear? Or why did you want to end it before it could even start? And that's kind of how the relationship was. So it's a little bit of a chronicle of that mini relationship, but it's exaggerated for music. It's not exactly the situation, but I do have a video on my YouTube channel kind of talking about that whole relationship that inspired the song. But I liked playing with a little bit of EDM kind of vibes with the music, and kind of there's more of like a dance feel to it. So I thought it was kind of cool. When my producer started playing around with those beats, I was like, that is so dope. Like, we need to keep that. It sounds wicked. I really like it because it brings that classical piano sound in, but then you have these this kind of drop beat that comes in, and it's a little bit wonky and dancey and trance feeling. And I just thought it was a really interesting sound and so different than anything I'd ever done in the past.
That's what I noticed about it also. What attracted me to it. It was quite different.
It's a great song, and for those of us that have broken dreams, it was just hit home.
Well, I think almost everybody's had broken dreams.
I think so.
Yeah.
We can all relate.
So, Bree, you did you have a favorite instructor or mentor that really, really pushed you into becoming what you are today?
To be honest, I mean, I've trained with a few really great people. I had an instructor, I can't remember her name, I was so young, when I was one of my first vocal teachers, who explained to me, because that's when I was really coming out of my shell, and this is ironic because this is what the analogy she said. She always saw that potential voice in me, that big, belty voice, but I didn't hear it or know it within myself, and she was so amazing. She's like, you're like a turtle who wants to pop out of its shell and see the world, but you're holding yourself back. And she's like, that's a mental block. You need to just remove that and just kind of go for it. And back then I didn't know what she really meant. I hadn't tapped into it until years later. I was just always so reserved and shy, and always in my head thinking like, oh, people are judging me, or I'm scared of what people were going to think because of all my external circumstances that I was going through in my daily life. And it took me many, many years to really come into that, but that's like a really pivotal moment that I found with an instructor. And
Yes.
I mean, anyone that's helped me along this journey, I'm just so grateful for. And like, I just feel really blessed that anyone that's seen anything in me and has told me that or given me feedback. But to be honest, I would have to say like my family's my biggest supporter, and I've always been oddly self-motivated. So I've pushed myself every step of the way to where I am right now, and against all odds and circumstances that I endured, like I had some really bad moments. Like I've been battling depression and anxiety my whole life, and it's something that I'm a huge advocate for is mental health awareness. And I just really stand for that because I feel like it's something that's not talked about enough, and it's almost like a shameful thing for people to admit. And I just think that it's something that's not talked about, and it should be.
Wow.
But that's a huge part of my story.
That's great. Remember Kaz Hawkins? She's
Yes.
doing the same thing over in the UK area.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she does work for that. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I find a lot of artists, be they songwriters, singers, painters, writers, they do deal with depression quite a
Mhm.
bit.
Yeah.
I think because they're so close to their emotions to be able to create these,
Yeah.
this type of thing. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's coming to the forefront that people don't have to be ashamed anymore to say, hey, I battle depression.
Yeah.
Or I have some mental illness that I, need help for. And here's places that other people can go and reach out to,
Yeah.
when they need it. So I think that's a wonderful, wonderful thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
So Carrie, I think it's time for us to take a quick break.
We're going to take a quick break.
Yeah,
and
because
play
I
some
know
more
I
music.
am ready for some more of your music. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Enjoy, and we'll be right back.
You're telling me that it's okay. Let go and do it your way. Say you wanna be together all night. It's alright, it's alright. I don't really know what to say, 'cause I like the thought of you on me. But I need a little more than a night to be alright, be alright. I crave your lips, your touch upon my body. Since you're hiding it from everybody,
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to It Matters Radio. We are talking to the delightful Canadian-born singer, Bree Taylor. She is, and I'm going to say this again, a force to be reckoned with. Her talented music, she also plays like 2 or 3 instruments. And I want to get back to those. How easy or how hard was it to sit down and go and play the piano and all the instruments that you play?
Well, it was really difficult because as a child, I really didn't want to practice, and I was really stubborn. Piano was probably the most. I wanted to be more advanced and play the fun stuff, and they want you to do all your basics, which you're supposed to know and do, and you're just like, I don't want to do the boring stuff. I'm a kid. I want to do all the fun stuff. So unfortunately, over the past several years, I've kind of not practiced as much, and my abilities have gotten really, really rough. But I was originally, before I even started vocal lessons, started piano lessons, which is just something my dad wanted me to do, and I'm really happy because I'm able to read music, and my love of music kind of started through piano, and my grandma plays piano, so she's very talented in that. And but you have to, with any instrument and anything in life, practice makes perfect. And it's just when you become an adult and you have to work and do all these things, you use priorities, and it just kind of unfortunately wasn't top priority. So I can play a little bit of guitar and piano, which is great for songwriting, so it helps me be able to write. Although I'd be way too embarrassed to perform on an instrument.
You'd just be doing the chords, right?
I know chopsticks. Oh, sorry.
Hey, I have a piano behind me, so that's my favorite instrument, the keyboards.
I love it so much. I don't know what I love more, the piano or the guitar. They're both such beautiful instruments, but they bring a lot of my songs actually are piano heavy, ironically, which I don't know how that ended up happening, but my producer and I just kind of dabbled with piano sounds, and I just really vibed them. So that's what happens.
Cool. So you have a new single that's just recently come out. What you're looking for, is that correct? Talk a little bit about the background on that song.
So that song is all one music, very personal, but I really just, the dating scene nowadays in this generation is just so awful and complicated, and it's this hookup culture, and guys don't want to spend time just getting to know someone and letting things happen organically anymore. Everything's forced, and it's just, to me, it's about, until these guys figure out what they want, you have to have the self-respect to walk away from something that doesn't fulfill you. And, if you want more, you need to stand for that and not just give in to what the guy wants. And just, as much as there may be an attraction physically there, not to give into it. And that's kind of what the song is about for me, and what I kind of take away from it. And I hope that people do as well. But I love that there's so many different ways that you can take the song. And it's just, for me, it was about a situation that wasn't serving me and giving me what I wanted, and I had to walk away from it because he had no idea what he was looking for, and he couldn't make up his mind, and I wasn't going to be an option on someone's plate. I deserve to be someone's number one. So I think that's my message to girls, and I know how hard it is to date nowadays, and be a single girl with these Tinder apps and all that stuff. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Try being older. I tried the dating scene, my dear, and it was a disaster. So, I started at 50 plus, and it just never worked out. So, it's an interesting
What a great
thing.
message, though, for you to put out there.
Yeah.
Because nothing should be expected. That's what,
for sure.
You're just getting to know someone, my goodness. And that's either going to become a friendship, or you're going to find out you really don't have anything in common, or it's going to grow into something bigger.
Yeah.
So people should not put expectations on it of any kind, be they sexual or anything,
Yeah.
So
for sure. And there's.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying there's just so much of that nowadays, and it's a very complicated thing, and I just think that there needs to be a little bit more of that old school mentality brought back to the dating scene. I'm a little traditional that way.
Right.
Totally. So not only are you singer-songwriter, you are also a beauty creator and consultant, and you have a YouTube show, basically. Talk a little bit about your beauty consultant thing, and how did you get started with that?
Well, while I was going through the bullying stages of my school life, it actually really started with my love of Harry Potter because I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd. And I made fan videos on YouTube. And then I met a lot of really cool people all over the world and made some really great friends through there. And we created like a group channel, and a lot of people really just loved my makeup, and they were always complimenting me and saying, "Oh, I'd love to see how you do that." And so I decided, let me give it a shot and try it out. And so I started posting beauty videos on my current channel, and it just really at that time was still a newer thing, and it kind of grew from that. And in the over the years, it's kind of changed as I've changed because we're never the same person. I don't really wear makeup all that often anymore. I love it. It's like a fun little hobby for me now. At one point, I was completely obsessed. I wanted to like get involved with a makeup collection, and I would go to Sephora, and to this day, if I could, I would go buy everything. But you got a budget when you have an adult life and you live on your own and everything. So it's unrealistic now. But when I was in high school and in university, it was a lot more fun for me, and I loved doing makeup on my friends and family for special occasions and stuff. And but now it's just more of a hobby. Obviously, you got to like prioritize your life. So I focus a lot on music and acting now. But yeah, I still post on my YouTube channel. I have a variety of different videos. I'm kind of rebranding the channel right now and changing it into more of a lifestyle channel where I just talk about my philosophies on life and how I learned what I learned the hard way to try to teach other people, like dating advice or life advice, how to move out on your own, how to budget, what's involved in all that kind of stuff, and especially like with the mental health side that I had mentioned. With my channel, I'm really into self-improvement. Meditation, yoga is like my therapy as well now with my music. And so I really believe in all of that. And that's something that I'm passionate about too. So I kind of want to focus that more on my channel now versus the beauty side of it, because it's become so superficial and the YouTube community has changed a lot over the years. So you got to change with the times and you got to change as you change. So I'm kind of a different person, and now that's kind of what I'm focusing on.
Well, you're sharing different parts of your life as you grow, you're not just beauty advising, you're not just music, you're much more.
I love music, I love beauty, I love books, I love so many different things, and I've always had a lot of interests growing up and that are a part of me and my life. And it's basically just a world of Bree on my YouTube channel. It's like anything that I care about, I post there.
And that'd be a great album name.
So, what advice, Bree, would you give for women of all ages as far as a good beauty tip?
Beauty, I personally would say the number one beauty tip I can give to anybody is to love yourself and be confident with what you look like, no matter whether you have makeup on or you don't.
Yes.
That's a lifelong lesson that I'm still learning, but I think that that's something that I want to teach everybody because it's something that I know is so important on my own journey. And I used to be so ashamed to go out in public without makeup on. I would be like, I need to hide. I literally went to work today with no makeup on for the first time, and I was like, I'm going to scare people. I had one of my clients today at work had said to me, oh, you look great. Did you do something different? I'm like, I'm not wearing any makeup. But she just like, I just see people. She's like, I saw your beauty and in you, and I was like, you just made my day.
Isn't that
so
something?
I think that it's so important for people to just love their naked face without makeup, and because fun, have fun with it, play around,
like
special
me
occasions,
today.
rape, shame your beautiful face.
Good. That's
talking about
wonderful
beauty,
advice.
though, one thing that really irritates me, and I think it affects women of all ages, is they don't allow people to age anymore.
I know.
I mean,
I know.
There's stages of beauty. There's, of course, the child beauty, the teenage beauty. Then you go into the youth beauty and middle age, and then we get into the elderly beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I can remember looking at elderly people that I just loved, and they looked so beautiful to me because their eyes would sparkle or they'd have this smile.
Yeah.
And now they
Diane,
want people, all this.
They're all so beautiful.
Yeah. Because that beauty from within comes out. And I wish they would just let people age without trying to put pressure on them. Of course, you want to look as good as you can,
Yeah.
But what you see so much now, I think they look worse than if they had all these wrinkles because they're having like these faces that don't even look like people.
I so agree. And I tell my mom this every day, and all my friends, anyone that meets her, like they're shocked she's my mom because she's so beautiful and she looks younger than she actually is. Sometimes people think we're sisters, like genuinely, like it's not like they're trying to like be nice to her. She genuinely looks amazing. But she's always such a big critic to herself, and she's always saying, "Oh, I need to do this. I need to lose weight. I need to look like that and change this." And she tried the eyelash extensions, and I was like, "Mom, you're scaring me. Like, don't. Like, I like you normal. Like, I got her. I was blessed with her long lashes. So I'm like, don't even stick."
Right, exactly. That's exactly.
Well, that's
So not
what she needed to hear.
Not only music and beauty, you also do a book review called Books with Bree. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm really trying to get back into doing my Books with Bree series because I'm a huge reader, and it's something that I need to kind of force myself to do more now that I'm so busy with doing a million things and working a full-time job while pursuing music. Like, it's hard to read, but it's like my pastime. It's something that was like, books were my friend along with music when I had no friends. And that was where my passion for books came from, and I just loved reading. So I just was one day decided, hey, I'm going to talk about this book that's really good and share it with people. And the book side of it actually there's like a whole book community on YouTube that I didn't even know about when I started it.
Yes.
And I just love it. And like there's a book that I've been reading called Happiness Now, and it's more of I guess it's a self-help book, but it's so inspiring and so on point with my current life philosophies, and I learn something new from it every time I pick it up and reread a different chapter or something. And that's a book that I'm going to be doing Books with Bree on next.
So you recommend that book, Kylie?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, it's Oprah recommended, so you have to know that it's a good one. But a friend of mine gave it to me, and when I was struggling, and she's like, this is something that you should really read. And it's so true that we are our worst critics in our life,
Yes.
and we determine our own happiness. Like, we can be happy at any point in our life, whether there's good or bad happening, and happiness isn't determined based on, it's not like an achievable thing. It's not like you have to earn happiness. You can be happy at any point, and it's like a mental block.
Yes.
And that's something that really, this book was so eye-opening for me. I highly recommend it. I think you can't go wrong. It's not a religious book by any means, but it does talk a little bit about some spirituality and that in it as well. And it's just a great life philosophy, I think, to live by, and I think anybody can not go wrong by reading it.
Is there any particular genre you prefer reading, or do you just like everything?
Fantasy fiction is my favorite, like anything that's like Harry Potter, like where it's in other worlds with fairies and vampires or witches and wizards and all that kind of stuff. I'm a sucker for those kinds of books. They're like, it brings me back to my childhood, and I just love them. But it's really like there's so many great books out there and like that. But the fantasy genre is probably my number one favorite.
Yeah.
Have you ever read the Shannara series? The Shannara series of books? Oh my goodness. Very fantasy, fairies, goblins. I can't remember the name of the actual author, but she has a series of books like Rowling does. I think Stone of Shannara is one, and it's Shannara. If you want to look it up or check it out. Anyway, I highly recommend it. It's a good, thick, satisfying fantasy book, and you'll really like the series. It's just my recommendation.
Thank you. I'll definitely have to look into that.
Check that one
you'll
out.
love it. You'll absolutely love it. So, speaking of music, we're going back to music. Where can we find your music?
My music's everywhere. It's like Spotify, you can stream it for free, Apple Music, iTunes if you want to purchase and download it. You can stream it on my SoundCloud account. Everything can be found on my website, breetaylor.com. So everything's on there, links to everything. Even my YouTube channel links if anyone wants to check out my channel. But it's Bree is how you spell my name, because I know everybody goes, oh, Bree like the cheese. No, there's no I.
No. Yeah. Bree, but I like Bree cheese. Bree. Oh, anyway.
I'm excited, though, to let everybody know that you are part of the Rise Up TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's coming up.
I'm so excited. It's going to be amazing.
I'm getting excited because it seemed like it was so far away.
Yeah.
Because they started this, a year ago or so? And so much is starting to come in place now.
Yeah. It's
And
amazing. I'm
yeah.
so excited. I'm like, just to meet the other artists and for all of us to be performing our music in front of large crowds of people and get to interact with everyone and get to introduce our music to new people and just to be with other artists and be with other creative people. I love collaborating with people and meeting other artists and hearing their stories. So I'm really excited for that part. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I have a lot of excitement coming up for that.
Well, we at It Matters Radio are going to be following you all the way and letting people know
Thanks.
what's going on. So you have to keep us updated on that also.
Yeah, I understand the
sure.
tour bus is going to be pretty exciting. Oh, that was one of the things mentioned. We're going to be taking
Yeah.
filming on the tour bus. Ooh, I have to see that. And
I know.
I'm excited, I have to tell you, because half of that is coming to my state in Florence, Oregon in May, and I'm very excited to see that. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yay.
I
Yeah.
don't think so, Carrie. I think
No,
they're
no,
doing Canada.
No, but they're also doing, remember one of our artists,
Yeah,
Tiffany.
but that's separate. She's
Oh,
going.
okay, well, separate.
She's doing it with another group.
Oh, I thought she was doing, anyway, sorry
No,
about
no,
that.
no.
Anyway, sorry about that. because
That's
you-
okay. I
we
just
could
didn't want
delete that
everybody to
because-
think that they were coming here because I think they're working on coming to
that
the
they're
States.
working on coming here.
That
Gotcha.
might be
Anyway.
in 2019 or something. And yeah, I want you to come to the States.
Yeah,
I love it there. California is one of my favorite places, and like I love America, so I would love to come up that way.
Well, we'll
Very
just have
cool.
to get some sponsors to get you here. That's
Yes, definitely. That's hopefully in the future.
Right. And by the way, I just want to real quick say that if you'd like to be a sponsor, you can go to Patreon, Rise Up TV, and you will see the artists, Bree being one of them. And if you would love to support Bree, you can even do it for as little as $1 a month. Or if you're a business or someone that's just very rich, hey, give them some more money because that helps them out with a lot of their expenses. And I don't know. I don't think life would be worth living without music.
Right.
I so support that and agree with that 100%.
So what does Bree Taylor do for fun?
Oh dear. I love spending time with my friends and my family and my dog. I like to watch Netflix and go to the movies with my friends. Reading is my pastime as well. Just like anything social. I love theme parks and roller coasters and that kind of stuff too. So that's something exciting that I like to do. I secretly am a really good bowler. I was in a bowling league as a child, which is a fun
What
fact
was your
for people to
scores?
know about.
What were your scores like?
What was your average?
Pretty good. I can't remember. It's been so long since I bowled. I don't know what my average was, but I think my highest game that I ever bowled was maybe like a 262, something
Wow.
like that.
That's really good.
But I mean, I'm not that good anymore, but I'm still like pretty above average
Yeah.
when it goes to like you go with a group of friends to the bowling alley. I'm like,
Well, I'm
have a
envious.
bowling ball and shoes.
Right.
I'm
Absolutely.
jealous
That's
because
something.
last time I went bowling, I dropped the bowling ball on my foot and it rolled in the next person's lane.
Ouch.
Oh my gosh.
So I said, I don't
That's
think
so
this is
funny.
a sport for me.
I don't think this
Oh,
is
wow.
a sport for me. Right. So, Bree, we want to thank you so much for joining us. We've had a delightful time talking to you. If you have any new music, go ahead, please send it to Monica, and she will feature it on her on the weekly show. Just to mention, we do have a weekly show, It Matters Radio. Monday through Friday is our regular show, 7 p.m. Eastern. And then on Sunday, we have our special show at 7 p.m. Eastern, which we feature great artists like Bree and other very talented indie artists. So we hope you'll come and see our show.
And also, I hope that you'll stop by and say hello to Bree. You've heard her music. You're going to hear a little bit more in just a moment. And let her know that you love the music and say hello to
Yes.
her because, you know, the artist works very, very hard and diligently.
Yes.
And it means so much to them. I know Bree will attest to this when a fan stops by and tells you that, oh gosh, you know, this really touched me or this changed
my God.
my life or I just love you.
The best. It's the best. And I love just talking with people. Like if you guys have questions for me, or like you're curious about anything, or even I get fans that message me just saying like, watching your video about toxic relationships really helped me see my relationship. I'm here for you. I want to support you, and I just love talking with anyone that is a fan of what I do and supports what I do, and especially the music. So if anything motivates you, yes, I love Twitter, Snapchat, add me wherever you want. I would love, like, let's chat.
Well, I would
Absolutely.
love you if you. I want to put you on the spot here right now, but I want you to think about it. If you ever want to talk about a mental illness and depression and such, you're always welcome to take a walk on the Ween side with our spoken word guest. Also, I know he would
Okay.
love to hear from you.
Wow, no, I love that. That would be great.
Okay, so
Cool.
hopefully we'll hear even more from Bree. We'll see that other side. But hey, guys, check her music out. And Bree, thank you so much
Thank you.
for being with us today.
Thank
It's
you.
been such a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me. I've loved chatting with you ladies, and you guys are all so beautiful and
Aw.
lovely and kind. Thank you so much for having me, and I really appreciate it, and hopefully we can talk again soon.
I
Yep.
hope so. Yeah, you have
Yep.
to come back. We always
You'll
tell
have to come
our
back.
guests, come back.
Yes, thank you. I would love that. No, it's so
Oh.
much fun. And thank you so much for just being supportive and supporting an up-and-coming artist like myself. It really means a lot to me and to so many artists. So I'm like, everything that you guys do for us and for all the different artists all over the world that you have on your show. I mean, I'm sure it means so much to have the support and the exposure to your audiences. And thank you just so much. I'm just really grateful and appreciative
Oh.
for everything you guys are doing.
Well,
Thank you.
we certainly appreciate that because not that many people say it. And when someone
Oh.
does, it means a lot.
It
Yeah,
does.
it means so much, like, to have any kind of person that believes in you or supports you, like, to come full circle, like, that one person can change and plant that seed and change everything. Like, you never
you
know
never
what can
know.
happen.
You
Yeah, you never know. And it's just, and you have to be grateful for everything that you have and every opportunity. And that's how I live my life. So I'm very grateful to both of you, and thank you guys so much.
Well,
Thank
thank you.
you.
You take
Thank
care
you,
now,
Bree.
okay?
And
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, Carrie.
All right. That's
I just,
great.
Bree's a wonderful person.
She is.
I mean, everything that she does in life is to assist others. She takes what she's learned in her life
Mhm.
and what she's been through and it's either put down through music or, through communication with other people.
Mhm. I like that she is so outspoken as far as mental health issues. And
Yes.
that is a hard thing to admit, to tell somebody or even a friend that you're suffering. And I'm very, very proud and pleased that what she's trying to do. She's just an amazing young lady. She
And
really is.
Carrie, I think everybody has had a point in their life when they were depressed about something,
Yes.
whether it be the death of someone or they were just, having a hard time in their lives and they got totally
Right.
depressed. And just think if that depression didn't go away and it kept continuing every day.
Right.
I'm glad people are coming, they're not pretending anymore. They're coming
Right.
forward and saying, hey, I need help.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. So thank you everybody for joining us. We appreciate having you with us, and please come and join us during the week and join us every Sunday at
That's
7 p.m.
right.
Eastern.
And we're ready for some more music.
Yes,
and
we
until
are.
next Sunday, Carrie and I'll tell you, keep rocking on. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You were everything I wanted, everything I need. You shattered me to pieces, you weren't quite what you seemed. Why did I believe every word you said was true? You told me that forever was made for me and you. Why are you breaking my heart into a why? What am I left to do? Tell me why you ever said you loved me. Tell me, did you ever really care? 'Cause when it's said and done, you left me lonely. 'Cause when I finally need you, you're not there. Left me here with broken dreams. Broken dreams. You're breaking my heart into a why. What am I left to do?